As if we didn't have enough problems in this country with the legality of things, there's also the moral understanding that, hey, you just shouldn't do some things. And yeah, it's illegal, but it's hard to enforce. And so you just shouldn't do it. Unfortunately, that thought process hasn't permeated to driving. This is my biggest fear overall. I make my wife and daughter drive in the biggest car that we can possibly get because too many people are on their freaking phones nonstop. Let's bring our panel back, Jamie, Michelle, Jacqueline, Harn. Guys, this is a fascinating and troubling and kind of horrifying statistic coming out. 21% of young drivers say that the 21, sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm getting the statistic entirely wrong. I don't want to mislead people. Young drivers en masse say that on average, 21% of their time driving, which is way worse, is spent checking their phone. Now, obviously, there are rules against this, there are laws against that, but they're so difficult to enforce that it just continues to happen. Uh, Jamie, I know this is, I'm trying to effectively ask you to solve world hunger here, but how do you get the message through to young people in this particular instance, but in many other instances, that there are just some things that you shouldn't do, not because you won't get caught, just because it's the right thing to do. It's how you're going to best advance your perspectives in life. What do we do in this situation?
Okay, I got to be honest. This is one aspect, one reason among a few where I'm actually anticipating and okay with the robot revolution. Like when I see
Hmm.
Tesla autonomous driving cars, that when I see statistics like this, the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I'm just worried they're too checked out and too self-absorbed. And I apologize to our other guest if she is part of Gen Z. But overall, I think that they're just too distracted. They have the attention spans of ants, maybe less. And I think that the robots here could really keep us all safe because that's terrifying. And
Yeah, it.
this I actually had this
No.
thought earlier. I mean, when it worries me for hospitals and doctors and nursing care, nursing homes, all these things. I worry about these younger generations ending up taking over, and I think robots could help out here. But I wish that wasn't my idea of a solution, unfortunately. But I don't know what can help these kids.
Yeah, it is a tough one. And like Jerry Seinfeld says, that the younger generation, make no mistake, they are here to replace us. Hopefully, they do a good job at it. But again, Jacqueline, I kind of think this is emblematic of a kind of bigger problem. Like Jamie was saying, people are just distracted all the time. You know, you've got screen time that's going through the roof. A Harvard study, interestingly enough, in conjunction with this, said that 30% of the time spent on the phone is navigation, 40% is just texting, and 65% of people on their phone is just entertainment. It's, in other words, there's no like necessity to it. It's just I want to watch this Netflix show, or I'm on my next episode of The Office, and I want to keep going. Same kind of question. I know this is very difficult and very broad, but how do we fix this, or at least take steps towards fixing it?
I mean, it's hard. She's 100% right. I am Gen Z, and so I can definitely say this. Yes, we have terrible attention span. It is so bad. Like, and I mean, down on top of it, I don't know if any of y'all have driven through the city of Atlanta. You will see all kinds of things driving through Atlanta. Like I've seen people on their phones while eating a Chipotle burrito before.
Ugh.
All is 7 lanes of traffic going into downtown Atlanta, and so it's a huge problem. I don't know 100% how you fix it. I think generations, as we're having kids, as more generations obviously having younger children, maybe solving not always just putting a phone or an iPad into their hand to where they need so accustomed to having a screen at all times. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I see that in the grocery store, convenience store, wherever I'm going. If a kid's yelling, all of a sudden a phone or an iPad gets thrown to them
Mhm.
and they're just on it at all times.
Yeah.
And so we're already keeping that bad precedent going. And so sure, we can blame the future or the previous generation for that, for always handing us screens, but it's a problem. It's a definite problem.
Yeah, they didn't raise themselves. That's always worth keeping in perspective. Glad you're doing that.